Oh, I forgot. This is so cool. Like, so when you do single player, there's little like fish flakes or like toothpaste flakes in the goop, but that stuff is never in the multiplayer mode. I think that little bit of detail looks really nice. It like honestly makes me want to use this stuff as toothpaste. And I just might. Hello and welcome to the Ryan Beardy live stream. Today is Saturday the 13th of March. And I took a couple weeks off, so I want to talk just a smidgen about the past few weeks. I want to do the gaming news because I've got a lot to catch up on. And I didn't know what game I wanted to move on to next as far as like a full playthrough goes. So since Splatoon 3 got announced, I figured I would do some more of the story mode for that. I really want to do like another multiplayer weekend stream like Mario Kart, but I don't have Nintendo Online right now. So we'll do Splatoon, and then I'll kind of figure out what I want to do. The past few weeks, I have uploaded my Lost Odyssey video to YouTube, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really proud of how it's doing so far. I'm still working on the next video. The next video is going to be on Cadence of Hyrule, and I finished the script for it, but I haven't kind of like actually started the video editing yet, so that's next on the list. But I'm hard at work. If I'm not streaming, I'm hard at work on YouTube now, which has been really fun, really exciting. So Lost Odyssey is the newest video. Cadence of Hyrule will be next. Then probably Recore and Sunset Overdrive if nothing happens in between that makes me want to cover something else instead. But I will link that here. The other things, so I guess not really relevant, but I wasn't able to stream one weekend because I was still looking at houses, so that's a big thing for me. The other thing was I was able to get a COVID-19 vaccination in my area, and I wanted to kind of give my anecdotal experience, hoping that that helps people with their decisions. Since they're in such high demand, obviously you can't like choose which ones you get, but there's like 3 available right now. The one I got was the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and my symptoms were that I had a fever for the first 24 hours, and it was a serious fever, but I bounced back really quick. I got it on a Friday in the evening, and then I had that fever for pretty much 24 hours. So that would be like Friday night, Saturday. By like Sunday morning, I was feeling 100% again. So the J&J I only have to get 1 vaccine shot for. So after 2 weeks, which will be like about a week from now for me, I'll be considered fully vaccinated. So that's exciting. That's about it for me personally. I want to visit the gaming news because I haven't done that in a very long time. I've got a lot on here, and I might kind of skim through some of it, especially because I put a couple of articles on. But the first thing, this is where I stopped last time. I'm also going to mark where I stopped. But the first thing on the list is the Smash World Tour, which I want to look into a little bit right now, because this is really exciting. They tried to do a Smash tournament in 2020, because like Melee in particular has always been a grassroots scene, and Nintendo doesn't really support both, or well, let's say any of their competitive series. So it's nice seeing this announcement that they couldn't do it in 2020 because of COVID, that they're going to try to figure something out for 2021. Alright, so full details on the Smash 4 website. I haven't looked at any of this yet. So shortly after the announcement of Smash World Tour, COVID-19 put an end to the in-person Smash tournaments for the year. And while the future is still uncertain regarding how soon we'll be back to competing in person, we were determined to find a way to make the Smash World Tour a reality in 2021. While there are some temporary changes from our original format in this bridge year, we're excited to offer a hybrid format in order to provide circuits for both Melee and Ultimate. So how it works. Circuits for Melee and Ultimate. The 2021 hybrid format consists of both region-locked online core qualifiers, as well as in-person, invitational-style regional finals around the world. So I really like this idea. I like that anybody can kind of enter in the online qualifiers, and those are both region-locked. So Smash already has... Excuse me. So Smash already has rollback netcode in the form of Slippy, and playing people in your region has been really consistent and really good. So the only kind of hiccup of that is if you try to play somebody outside of your region. So I'm not sure. Let's see if it says anything. The region-locked online qualifiers around the world, sending 16 players to each regional final. So everything, it seems, is going to be separated by region, but that's cool. A lot of the competitions in the US, Sweden and Canada, there are some good players in, which honestly, if they do, they might even like lump those in together, the US and Canada, because the netcode's probably still good in those connections. Community panelists will determine 16 players from each region to send to each regional final. And I feel like we're in a good enough space where we can host small events. So think about like 16 people competing in person, and then of course all the people that like set up the events. So I definitely feel comfortable about this given how much progress we've made against COVID. We've got tests that are easier. People have begun to get vaccinated. We have tests that we can run both like immediate answer, and I think in like a couple days you can get your results. So I feel like with this small pool of people, it'll be exciting to have an in-person event, and it'll be reasonable to have an in-person event. So I like that. So that's phase one. So phase one is the region locked online, and then we pull 16 people. What's up, Chuck? How's it going? Then they pull 16 people to do in-person Ultimate plus Melee regionals. Players from each region will square off in person. Okay. Regional finals have a combined 60k in prizes. Based on the results of the regional finals, 32 players will qualify for the SWT 2021 finals. And then okay, so it seems like they have different tiers of finals. Okay, so I didn't read everything here. Let me go ahead and 2021 hybrid format consists of region-locked online quarterfinals, qualifiers, as well as in-person invitational-style regional finals around the world. For Ultimate, region-locked online qualifiers will determine who advances to our regional finals. For Melee, a panel of community leaders... I wonder if that has to do with how many players there are. So for Ultimate, online qualifiers will determine who advances. For Melee, a panel of community leaders representing regions across the globe will select their finalists based on tournament results. Okay, I'm interested how much of a difference that'll make in the deciding part, because one is like flat results. I don't know what community leaders will factor in besides direct results. Oh, I see. Probably because it includes 2020 and 2021, so that's cool. Because there were a few online tournaments throughout 2020 for Melee, so it's nice that those actually have weight in the 2021, given the weird situation we're in with COVID. While we can't assume large-scale community events will be back by a certain point in 2021, we of course are excited for their eventual return. Even though we have to wait until 2022 to revert back to the original tour format, we'll be spotlighting community events at each stop of the tour this year. Yeah, so I'll probably look into that more, but that's really exciting. I like this. Like, the Smash community will find a way to survive no matter the circumstance. That's good. Next would be the final Guilty Gear character reveal. The only thing I actually... So, this is Eno. Eno was first in Double X Core. I don't know all these names yet. Guilty Gear... game names. I'll know it when I see it, kind of Guilty Gear name. Accent Core. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core plus R was Eno's first appearance, and such as every character they've put into this Guilty Gear, they knocked it out of the park with the character design, and the redesign in this case, because she's an existing character. So, I believe she's a fan favorite. I don't know too much of how well received each character is, but Eno is the very last announced for the base roster, and the only input I really have on this is, I know this is the case because it's a sequel for a fighting game, but there's a lot of existing characters and not a whole lot of new characters. So I only hope that DLC characters will include a lot of brand new faces, because the two that they have that are brand new are... Let's pull this up. So... I think XX or Accent Core was his first appearance, brand new character. I think Guilty Gear Zerd. Let me just skip to the new ones. So she's brand new, and he's brand new. So that's two of the characters in this entire roster that are brand new faces. So I'm not disappointed in any sense, because this is a really nice starting roster. There's a lot of characters in this, and they all seem like really solid gameplay wise. So I'm happy with what's here for the base roster. I just have like a personal want for some new faces, because the Guilty Gear character designs are both existing and new are really good. That's about all I have for that. Dinosaur Planet, playable version of Rare's canceled N64 game leaks online. So for those who don't know, Rare was originally going to make their own IP called Dinosaur Planet, and it ended up being turned into a Star Fox game, while the gameplay retained its like open world adventure gameplay. So it was a really weird mix of ideas, given that people were itching for Star Fox at the time, but didn't get Star Fox. Well, like Star Fox ship fighting gameplay. So, one, I really like that archivally this original game has like seen the light. So, one cool thing is that we get to see it as Dinosaur Planet and not as Star Fox. And two, we get to see it as an N64 game and not as a GameCube game, which it got ported to. So I'm definitely interested. It looks like all the resources have been dumped, so I could just download it and play it one day. Game is not current. This game will currently not run 100% perfectly on any emulator. I heard about this too. So what people were doing was, there's a product called the... What's it called? It's a flash cart for the 64. I don't remember the name of it. But you could put the game on the flash cart, put it in an official N64, and play it that way. But it seems like emulators aren't quite doing it. So let me skim through some of the article text here so I can learn a little bit more. Forest of Illusion purchased a disc from a private game collector in Sweden that had a build of Dinosaur Planet from December 1st, 2000. It's said to be a late build of the game that would need some hacking to be fully playable to the end. Dinosaur Planet, as previously mentioned, became Star Fox Adventure and was released in 2002. Shigeru Miyamoto was said to have been one of the driving forces in turning Dinosaur Planet into Star Fox Adventures. When asked about the game, he commented, "It looks really nice, doesn't it? I wish they would use Star Fox characters so they could use the title Star Fox Adventures." Okay, alright. So, just interesting as a collector, and as like gaming archives come out, it just becomes another easy way for us to store this and have access to it, so that's really neat. I would love to play this demo one day, and of course Star Fox Adventure, because I haven't done that yet. Introducing the next generation of VR on PlayStation. More than 4 years ago, we launched the PlayStation VR to offer a transformative new way to play PS4 games, providing a much stronger sense of presence and deeper immersion to the players compared with traditional games. Today, I'm pleased to share that our next generation VR system will be coming to PS5, enabling the ultimate entertainment experience with dramatic leaps in performance and interactivity. So this seems like first details of next generation VR. So I assume they'll sell us new hardware, because that's typically how it goes with VR devices. So VR is predominantly on PC, and while not really open to like the casual players, there are a lot of different tiers of VR. Everything from like getting cardboard and putting your phone in it and using VR in that way, to I suppose like the first real step would be Oculus. I think is in like a good price tier. It's what I bought, but the thing is the technology keeps getting better. So I bought it for $300 at the time. And then something on like the far end would be the Index, and I believe that's $1,000. So specifically my experience with the Oculus, the stuff always has incremental hardware updates. What's up, Ratbones? How's it going? So VR always has like periodic hardware updates, and the prices keep dropping because of that. So like I think my model of Oculus is outdated, because since then they've had like a wireless version of the Oculus. Talk about Mario. It was Mario Day like 3 days ago. I don't think I did anything for that. I didn't Wahoo or anything. So, not that there's any concrete details about this VR system that's coming to PS5. I guess it's interesting to know that they'll be selling new hardware. I think since the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible, you should be able to use the PlayStation VR on a PS4 or a PS5. That's just what I'm gonna assume. I don't have a PS5 and I don't have a PS VR, so I can't actually try that out myself. So, kind of interesting. Not really into VR at the moment. Here's something that's not really video games, but something I thought was really cool. Happy to announce today's launch of Stardew Valley, the board game. It's been in the works for over 2 years. Read more about it here. So, I played Stardew Valley for the first time seriously last year in 2020, and I put a lot of time into it. I did all of the community building achievements. There's still more to do. There's always more to do in Stardew, because I think the shop opens up afterwards. Nick, since you're here, didn't you pre-order this? I don't know if they shipped this out yet, but I feel like Stardew Valley is a really cool title to give a board game to. It's a cool idea. Okay, yeah, we should play it sometime, because I'm really interested in it. Let me click on the article and read a little bit about it. So, for more than 2.5 years, I've been working together with board game designer Cole Medeiros to make a board game that captures the essence of Stardew Valley. It has pretty much everything from the video game: villagers, crops, and animals, fishing, foraging, mining, and more. We worked hard to make a board game that we think is really fun to play and to look at. So 1 to 4 players, ages 13 and up. To play through a full year in the game, which is the standard experience, takes about 45 minutes per player. Takes about 45 minutes per player? So like a single game is this going to be like Monopoly? So 4 players in 45 minutes? Okay, this can be adjusted if you want a shorter game. The game has a lot to it, but the rules to make it easier or harder depending on your preferences. Just like the video game, we want you to be able to make this your own. I think that's really cool. One thing I liked about Stardew Valley was even if you consistently play through the same file for a very extended length of time, you can always start a new farm and then kind of customize your experience. You can, I don't know everything about it, but I know you can choose different locations, and then you can tweak different numbers to kind of cater the game to play how you want it to. So I think that's cool that the board game is going for the same kind of aspects. I want to be really clear with everyone that this game was designed to have some depth and complexity. It's easy to play once you learn the rules, but it's not a short, casual game. Please check out the rulebook to make sure it's a good fit for you and those you like to play board games with. It's all co-op? Yeah, let me know. I will absolutely play it. But that's that. That's like I said, Shovel Knight did a thing like that too, where I think they have some sort of board game. But I think it's cool when they kind of reach out and enter a new medium. Who was I? I was watching an interview with the creator of Super Meat Boy, Binding of Isaac and all that. And he's currently working on board games, and he was talking about how much easier it is to work on board games because you don't have to have a programmer, and I thought that was really funny. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So I don't know if I'll have too much to say about this, but this is an updated version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is part 1, even though it doesn't say part 1. So it's a more optimized version of it, and it has new content with it. That's my understanding, because this stuff isn't easy. Let me skip through some of this. So I feel like with a lot of the games that are released in like the last 5 years, it's pretty obvious that most of them are going to get some sort of optimized or definitive version, especially given the fact that the next generation of hardware has just come out. So I saw people doing backwards compatibility for FF7 on their PS5, but I don't think it actually fixed a lot of the problems. Or I won't say fixed, but I don't think... Some games are designed to be optimized with better hardware, and some of the games don't know what to do with the better hardware. So like you'll have access to all this extra RAM and processing and all that, but the games won't know how to take advantage of it. What's up, gamer gal? So I don't know how much of that was intentional, but given that this Final Fantasy VII stuff is... I don't want to call it like a live service, but it's going to be stuff that continues to get updates and continues to get new parts added to it, because this, obviously, the first part is only up to Midgar. So I'm not too excited in this myself. I'm curious at the very least to see like what comes of all these Final Fantasy VII content additions. But I probably won't play it until like 10 years from now, when I can get everything on one disc on like the PS6 or something. So they're definitely... I don't want to be too harsh on it and go down this road, but the whole like live servicey feeling is the feeling I get with Final Fantasy. There's more announcements that I have in this news thing that I'll be getting to, but basically, even though it's not one game with a live service format, it's stuff that's going to have new content added to it. It's going to have new games added to it like every other year. Comes out a day before Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, that's right. Also PS5 only for Intergrade. So can you not play the Intergrade content on PS4? I know that there was like a free update if you have PS5. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. The way that they handled Final Fantasy 15 was really weird because it was really clear that Final Fantasy 15 was a rushed game. Like, it was in development for a really long time, but the version of Final Fantasy 15 that we played was probably a version that only got like 3 to 5 years of work on it. So it released in such a weird state where they added DLC that added new story content, and I think they had free updates that reworked the story content. And even then, it's a game that I wanted to be good, but seemed like they couldn't afford to like start over again, you know? But I do like how Final Fantasy 15 is as a package at the end. Even if it's not perfect, I like... It's probably really cheap now and includes all the DLC. It's like the Kingsglaive edition or something, where you can just probably buy a physical disc for 20 bucks and get all of that content, and it'll still probably be fun and probably be worth it, but not perfect, of course. So I'm hoping that similar thing is what's going to happen to Final Fantasy VII Remake, and of course, like, every game that gets released in the last 5 years getting some sort of port to the PS5. So it's not a live service, it's a separate game. Yeah, that's what I was trying to distinguish. Like, it's not a live service, but they're providing like yearly new games around Final Fantasy VII specifically. So I just... The frequency of it is the thing that worries me, is what I think I'm trying to say. Because, like, I can kind of compare it to Pokemon, where Pokemon's been getting yearly or every 2-year releases, and they've just kind of, like, slowed down in quality, and I feel like they're putting so much focus in Final Fantasy VII, where it's just going to get releases every year, every other year, and I hope for the best, but I don't know. That's all. Still shocked that the 7 remake is a free PS Plus game. Interesting. A lot of people have been talking up like the PlayStation Pass and Game Pass and all that. But I need physical copies of my games, so not for me. Here's this. If you want a copy of the PS4 version, upgrade to the PS5 version for free. You can even carry over your save data. New episode featuring Yuffie, available for purchase after upgrading to the PS5 version. So you could be a late adopter. You can buy Final Fantasy VII Remake Retrograde for PS5 and get all that content for free. Or you can be an early adopter, already have Final Fantasy VII for PS4, get the free update to 5, and then purchase the Yuffie content. That's how I'm understanding this. So that, again, that's just a reason why, like, there's so many games out there. I'm comfortable just waiting and getting this stuff as a late adopter. That's another thing that, like, kind of worries me, is that they haven't said how many games are in the series, but this stuff's going to be in development for so long. I'm sure it'll be faster since the first game has come out, and now they just need to use the same engine to, like, make new assets. Like, it's not as difficult. Like, Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask, or... Is there another example like that that's easy? I'm just going to use that example. Breath of the Wild to the sequel Breath of the Wild 2. I'm sure they're going to use, like, a lot of the same assets or engines. Yeah, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait for almost anything. While I catch up to my backlog. Right, so we did the features video. Is it time? Is it time for the Battle Royale? I wonder when Final Fantasy 16 will come out with 7. So I'm assuming they're different teams. I know the character designer for 16 is the character designer, or character designer for 14 is the character designer for 16. I know that's like not a huge thing, but I'm assuming there's so much, it's like, I mean, Final Fantasy is such a big IP that they're probably just going to have different teams work on different games. But I'm not the expert, I'm not too sure. So Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, a battle royale game set in Midgar before the events of Final Fantasy VII. That's loud. It's loud for me. Geez, like, I got nothing to say about this, except I'm not interested at all. It's on iOS, too. There's a lot of... So, like, if you're gonna do an iOS release, fine. But there's been a lot of games now that are iOS, and they've also had a console port. I feel like this would be an easy game to do iOS and console. But, I mean, I've got nothing to say about this. It's not for me. I could be cynical and say, like, boy, we've come so far with Final Fantasy, haven't we? Where now it's a battle royale, but I don't know. A friend of mine put it better than I think I ever would. His take was, if they need to release a battle royale in order to get money to make good Final Fantasy games, then more power to them. And like, I can't argue with that. If people are gonna play this and spend money on it, who am I to judge? But if that money goes back to Square to make better Final Fantasy games, then sure. Gonna watch Max play these on his computer and emulator. I can't point fingers too much. I enjoyed Genshin Impact on PS4. Yeah, I like that Genshin Impact was designed to be a mobile game, but was also ported to consoles. I think that was cool. Like, as much as I don't like the market for this stuff, I mean, you know, options are nice. I don't know. Also, mobile games are big in Japan. Yeah, I didn't think about that either. But like, for example, I know that the Vita sold really well in Japan, whereas it didn't really sell well here, given its competition with the cheaper 3DS. But Japan's a lot more mobile than we are. So the Vita probably is a better prospect, was a better prospect at the time. Alright, that's Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier. Oh, this too. This is, see, this is what makes me so uneasy in that previous conversation, is like, there's so much content. Oh man, okay, so what is this? The second mobile game we're presenting today is Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. It's a chapter-structured single-player game covering the whole of Final Fantasy VII timeline, including the events of the original game and the Final Fantasy VII compilation titles. This is weird to me. I think this might be the same team that worked on that pocket port of Final Fantasy 15. So, before Final Fantasy VII Remake was like, the gameplay was announced, I feel like I'm the minority where I wanted it to be a more modest remake that was a turn-based JRPG just because I like that gameplay. But I know that's not the popular opinion. So I think it's interesting that this exists, but I want this to be an exact one-to-one retelling of the original Final Fantasy VII. But I think this is a pocket version of the remake story, so I'm still not interested. And also, it doesn't have turn-based combat, which I think is coming up here. So just not for me, that's all. Like, I'm asking for really specific things, and it's okay that I'm not getting them, you know? Like, I've got other Final Fantasy games to catch up on, or I could just play the original one day. I feel like if it's free to play without putting up a paywall, then I'm more tolerant of mobile games. Yeah, mobile games have such a huge market of players because everybody's got a cell phone. So I think that they have less of an incentive to make a nice pay structure. I think most of them are just like trying to take advantage of their player base because it's such a huge player base. I think you have to pay for each part of the compilation and it won't release all at once for this. Yeah, I mean, I'm turned off by the format. I'm not interested in this either. And there's so many slightly different variations of Final Fantasy VII content that they're releasing. It's they're milking it, I guess, is how I have to put it. And it's very clear with this set of announcements. I do like the art. The character art in the bottom right's really nice. Man, I missed a lot. I might, like, really quickly skim through some of this stuff. Even though I didn't really have a plan of, like, what to do once I got to the gaming. This is 33 minutes. Final Fantasy VII is the Gen 1 Pokemon Final Fantasy. Alright, let's rapid fire the state of play and the Pokemon. So, Crash 4 getting a PS5. Again, I just talked about how like games released in the last 5 years are getting a modern port, and I'm happy to be a late adopter because there's, you know, so much older stuff that I gotta catch up to. I love them porting things to new. It's not that I don't like the practice, because I like when you take existing games and make them run as well as you possibly can. So I guess that's what I can add is I don't hate the practice. The practice makes sense. What was this game? Did I skip the title? Did they not show it? I was interested in like the horror aspects of this game when I was watching it, but the gameplay doesn't look too interesting. I am kind of interested in this game, but I know nothing about it, so I might wait to see more. I don't remember the name. I'm sure it'll show it at the end of this. And no one can get a PS5. I've been enjoying catching up with my backlog, yeah. I did that with the Series X. There wasn't as many games as I thought that I needed to get to with the Xbox One games, but I've been catching up on that. Yeah, I haven't been able to get a PS5. There was one time. The thing that sucks is GameStop is the one that communicates really clearly when they have copies of PS5s and Series X's. But the thing is, they sell them in bundles so that they can make more money. So the base consoles will sell out, but the bundles will remain. But the bundles are really expensive for things that I don't really want to spend extra money on. Is that what this is? Returnal? That sounds right. Want to try it, but I'll wait for reviews. Yeah. I am interested in the concept. My interest is piqued, but I don't know if this is a game I'll like. But I'm definitely interested in seeing how this, like, is reviewed. So I'll probably be the same way. What's up, Big B? How have you been? I also really like this. It seems like the house is a hub world of sorts because it changes perspective. There's a Twitter account that tracks PS5 drops. Yeah, so as far as like the seller company themselves, GameStop's been the only one that I've found that really clearly communicates when things come out. Just woke up, they changed me back to night shift. Ooh, nice. Night shift on weekends. So maybe I'll see a little bit more of you now that your schedule's changed back. Because I don't think you've been in here since I started doing the news. I try to do Saturday morning, and I try to talk about the gaming news every week before I start whatever game I'm gonna play. This, absolutely no interest in. Gonna skip it immediately. I have nothing to say about it. This was... I was told about this before I saw the trailer. It's the people who made Absolver, which was like a online brawler. And I liked the art style, and this has a similar art style. And it has similar gameplay, but it looks like a single player experience. So I don't know if I would play this on release, but it looks really nice. It, like, Absolver had really interesting brawler combat, and it looks like this game's taking that same type of approach. So I am interested in this. I don't know when I'd probably play it, but I'm interested in it. Ooh, Hyperlight Drifter. This is the people who made Hyperlight Drifter. I never played it. I want to play Hyperlight Drifter, and I want to play this game. I want to support indies. I really like the art style of both games, and this looks really interesting. So I would probably play this close to release if I can get my hands on it. But because I haven't played Hyperlight Drifter, it'll give me an excuse to play that too. I'll have to check how much a physical copy of Hyperlight is. We do that. Let's check. Hyperlight Drifter. Let's not specify. I would love to get it on Switch. Content only, no game. 99 for the special edition. Hyperlight Drifter PS4, brand new. Isn't it only from limited run? I'm not sure. When I miss the boat on limited printings, then they usually go for a lot of money. So I can justify doing this, and this would be a good streaming game too. But I don't see any standard editions. I only see special editions. I think I would... Maybe they only released the special edition? I see standard PS4, and I see special edition for Switch, and they're all about the same price. So I think 100 would be what I'd have to do if I wanted to get a physical copy, but I'll put it on my wish list on Steam as well. Do it right now. And if it goes on sale, then I'll play it that way, and then look for physicals later. This is something I'd like to stream. I don't think there's a standard physical. Okay. But yeah, this carries the same art style, but in 3D. It looks a little bit like Fury, which is one of my favorite indie games. So, I'm interested in this. Moving on. Rapid fire. Five Nights... Is this... There was a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. It wasn't that. I don't know why I thought it was. Is it? Yeah, it is. Moving on. A brand new... I've got to take time and play all of the classic Abe's Odyssey games. There's the original. There's a sequel to like this one. There's the remake. There is Stranger World, I think it's called. And then there's another one on Xbox. I own a lot of them, but I've never played any of them. And I really like the world. And I really like the designs. So I'm hoping to catch up on this series one day. I will definitely do that, and that would make a good YouTube video as well. The Soulstorm. New and Tasty is the remake of the first one. This one, I looks nice, looks like a Disney film. Not interested in it. I don't think there's gameplay for this. No, there is gameplay. Okay, you know what? I did see the gameplay. It looks interesting, but I don't really want to play it. I don't know enough about it yet. Let's start there, and then let's move on. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Oddworld series, and New and Tasty just came out. It didn't just come out, but I think it was on Vita, and it's easily accessible, I think is what I'm trying to say. Why no Kenna? I don't know. I don't have an opinion of it. I don't like the aesthetics, if I'm being like extremely personal and petty about it. It doesn't look like a bad game, but I don't know anything about it, and I'm not interested in the aesthetics of it. Looks like a Disney film turned video game. This, I keep seeing so many trailers for. It's like Time Loop, I think it's called. I don't know what it is yet. Like, they've talked about it it looks, I don't know what to think of it. Like, it could still be, you play as different, like, characters, and they all have different abilities. But I can't tell if it's a multiplayer game, if it's a single player game, if it's a versus game. Like, I don't know what this is yet. I need like a, this is what the rules of the game are kind of trailer, because they've shown so many trailers for this game, and it never gets clear to me what it is. I don't know if I just haven't been paying attention or what, but that's how I feel about this game. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I'm curious what the format of the game is. Like, it looks like it could be a cool, so like here's the idea I have just by watching it. You know how like League of Legends has, let me start over. Like, I want it to be a 1v1 competitive game, but in an open world where like there's a lot of different factors. So it's like you're on one side of the map, the other players on the other side of the map. They all have their own abilities, and then you have to kind of sneak, manipulate, use abilities, whatever, to like attack the other person's whatever on the other side. And then there's like NPCs and all kinds of stuff in different levels. That's what like my idea for like what I'm looking at is, but I don't even think it's a versus game. Yeah, I got nothing else to say about it. We talked about Final Fantasy VII. We talked about the Battle Royale. Okay, that's all for that. Didn't I? Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII Remake soundtrack is on Spotify now. I posted this because they will hunt you down if you post Final Fantasy VII Remake music on YouTube. So I think it's cool that this music is finally accessible somewhere. So I had to post that. Alright, the big stuff, the meat and potatoes. There was a very, very long trailer of nostalgia, which they like to do. But I think, yeah, 25th anniversary. So that's cool. I allow the nostalgia. But we're gonna skip. I've talked about Pokemon Snap before. It looks fine. I'm gonna pass on it. I am very, very salty. I don't know. Like, I feel like they could have done a Pokemon Snap sequel a while ago. And like now I'm not too interested in it. I'm more curious to watch other people play this than I am to play it myself. Maybe I just want to save some money. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'll get to the other two. I think I'm gonna pass on everything that was in this direct. I haven't decided yet. Like, maybe I'll buy the remakes. I don't really want, I don't know. Don't know yet. Undecided at this point in time. So they actually talk about features that are in this game. And I think that there's a lot of cool stuff. Like, the idea for Pokemon Snap is really, 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 really smart. So I'm glad that there's a sequel, and I'm glad that they're, excuse me, like adding all this cool stuff to it. So I am more curious about this game after it releases and I know everything about it. I don't have an opinion to buy it now. I just don't. Pokemon updates for existing games. Never played the original. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the original can be beaten in a day. So if we hang out, we'll do that. It's fun. I really like the original Pokemon Snap. Gen 4 remakes. Very, very low, not low budget, but low scale. I don't have an opinion. I think that this will still be the best way to play Gen 4. I think that that's pretty obvious, and that's all I critically care about. The question that comes up to me is, I felt like a lot of Pokemon fans got excited for remakes to see the old games as graphically polished and modern as they can be. So I think it's weird, given their past. Like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is a really good example. Let's replay that. I think Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is a really good example of taking an older game and then modernizing it as much as they can. And like turning it into something cool, adding all of the old features and working them into the new game, adding new content. This looks like it has no new content. It looks like it's the same game, just prettier. So I'm kind of curious why they went this route, but I'm not disappointed. The other thing specific to Gen 4 is I think Gen 4 is the gen that had the most untapped potential. So I think it's a little disappointing to me that this is a modest remake rather than like a brand new remake with new content added to it. So that's how I'm kind of just curious is all. I don't hate this art style, but I kind of wanted to see what this game looks like if they just... My disappointment comes from, like, the scope of things, right? Like, Pokemon is the most top-selling, grossing franchise, period, of all time. They make more money off this franchise than any other... than Mickey Mouse, than Hello Kitty, than Star Wars. They make so much money. And yet... the Pokemon games, the things that I became a fan for, have been so inconsistent in quality since their jump to 3D with X and Y. So, like, I harbor this opinion of disappointment for Pokemon, and, you know, I'm very cynical about all this new stuff now. That's about it. Don't know if I'll get it, thinking I'm gonna pass on it. That's where I'm at right now. This is interesting. Let me wait for some gameplay here. All the Switch Pokemons look meh or bad. So this you've probably already seen, so I'll start talking about it. Open world Pokemon, Breath of the Wild Pokemon is what they seem to be going for here. I like that they are taking their first steps in trying to turn Pokemon into what fans dream Pokemon to be. An open world Pokemon game like Breath of the Wild is like a really easy thing a fan would say that they want from Pokemon. So I like that they're taking their first steps into doing it, but as this product looks, this doesn't look ready how it's shown off in the trailer. It just doesn't look ready. Like, if I slow it down, look at the frame rate of some of these Pokemon coming up. Maybe that's too slow, I don't know. But like, the model looks a little pixelated. I don't think this game will run well. I am not convinced that this game will run well. I think I have to play it at normal speed to show off what I'm talking about. Like, look at the 2 frames per second that these Pokemon coming up are running at. So again, I like look at that. I like the willingness to try this, but I don't think it'll look well. I don't think it'll run well. I'm not convinced. That's what I'm saying. I just don't have... I'm very cynical about the quality of Pokemon nowadays, where I don't think they can pull this off. I think it would have to be outsourced completely. But it looks like they outsourced the remakes, and I don't know who's working on this. Maybe they'll say it at the end. The world looks super empty. Yeah, I don't think this was ready to show off, to be honest. But of course they had to do it alongside the 25th and alongside the remakes announcement, so whatever. I'm not holding my breath. I want to see if they say who's working on it, like if it's Game Freak. Hang on. Yeah, I don't see anything down below here that would say that another company is working on this. I think this is Game Freak, so... I said my piece. Don't know if I'm gonna get it. I think I'm gonna pass. But this is the remakes. The remakes is developed by this company, which I'll have to look up what else they've done. Didn't know there was more. Also, late 2021's cool. I like that they're... So, like, I was just talking about how they are appealing to the people who want, like, an open world, real-time Pokemon game. But those people also want real-time combat. This game has traditional combat, which I think is great. But I'm surprised that it's not a spin-off in that sense. So, I don't know. There are a lot of questions. I'm very curious. I think it's cool. It looks like the battles are going to, like, not transition to an imaginary space, but stay in the overworld and just kind of scale down to the battle. So that would be really cool if that's how it works. Because it looks like this is the area that you're walking along. This probably says, no, it doesn't. I guess this is being worked on by Game Freak proper. Monster Hunter Rise coming to PC. This is the new one. The Switch one? The Switch title Monster Hunter Rise will eventually come to PC, according to producer Ryozo Fujimoto. While the latest title in the Monster Hunter series will launch on Switch on March 26th, Fujimoto told IGN Japan in an interview that PC players can expect to get their hands on the game in early 2022. That's interesting. That's interesting because for a while they've had a deal. I don't know if it's been a deal or it's just been how it worked out, but Monster Hunter 3 was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate was Wii U exclusive, 4 was 3DS exclusive, then it was World, and World was like multi-platform, and then I thought this was gonna be back to like Nintendo, back to Nintendo proper, but I guess not. You might double dip for Monster Hunter. My main question now is how well does it run? How well will the final game run on Switch? Because if it runs bad on Switch, people are just going to buy it for PC. But the timed exclusive thing actually helps out. The fact that it's a launch timed exclusive on March 26th, but it will release later. Demo ran like butter. Yeah, that's good. The demo ran well, and it showcased the new Nintendo Switch Online. So that's both two really good things. And of course Monster Hunter World was received well, so that can be considered a good thing. This is huge, so glad it's coming to PC. I haven't even finished Monster Hunter World. I don't play enough Monster Hunter to get the newest game in the series, but I think I will continue to play Monster Hunter World every now and then. But getting the necessary performance out of the Switch hardware requires some adjustment. In addition to the feline Palico buddies from previous games, Rise introduces Palamute canine creatures that assist the player in battle, and that can even be ridden like a horse, making exploration much faster and dynamic. I think that was a really cool aspect. Because it feels really slow running to the monster every time. Like, the dogs will help get you to the action. While the Switch hardware does come with technical limitations, Rise is a beautiful game with stunning art direction. That's true. What the Switch fails in max performance, it makes up for with... I think Monster Hunter Rise has really good art direction. Alright, well, stunning art direction and a complex ecosystem that allows monsters to interact organically with one another. It's notably the first Monster Hunter on a handheld system to feature seamless maps with no loading between areas, a challenge that the development team worked hard to pull off, so there should be no reason to worry that a PC version would be held back by the game's Switch origin. So that's good too. I was curious if they went back, because they also did like a definitive release of Monster Hunter Cross, I think it was called. So Monster Hunter World came out, then Cross came out. World came out with a seamless map, then Cross got ported, or re-released or something that went back to the split map. So I'm glad that this one has the seamless map. That's an aspect that I really like. I'm gonna skip the Valorant stuff. Like, I can play the reveal trailer, but yeah, I've still been playing Valorant. I'm still enjoying it. The new character looks interesting. She is a Sentinel, so it's like a defensive style character. Got smokes, a pool. Even after reading the descriptions, I have a hard time like figuring out how this character plays. I think that there's a state that she goes in and out of where she places her abilities and then activates them at a later date, at a later time. So, yeah, new content to Valorant's cool. I'll skip the Act 2. This I talked about before, but there's now more details announced. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just another article saying the same thing. I think maybe it's the release date. The Binding of Isaac Repentance is releasing on Switch in Q3 2021. Progress on the Binding of Isaac Repentance is still ongoing. The upcoming DLC to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth has been announced years ago, and there have been weekly blog posts from the dev team showcasing the DLC's various additions. Repentance main edition is the content from the Anti-Birth mod, but other stuff is also being included. Currently still on track to release on March 31st for the PC. As for consoles, we've heard that is coming later. Been an update for PS4, PS5, and Switch for Q3. You can also pre-order physical editions of the PS5 and Switch versions. I'm gonna do that. I gotta remember to do that. So, cool. I just watched an interview with the creator of The Binding of Isaac, and he was talking about how he worked on The Binding of Isaac by himself. And so then he saw the creator of the Anti-Birth mod and like reached out to him. And then they were working together to bring the stuff to the main game. So I think it's cool that the creator found somebody that very clearly communicates the same vision that the creator has for the game. I gotta find his name. Binding of Isaac creator. Ed McMillan, that's his name. So Ed McMillan reached out to the creator of the mod and is now kind of bringing this stuff officially to Isaac, which is cool. It allows Ed McMillan to kind of tie up some odd loose ends with a patch update and include new content to it. So I'm excited. I played the original Flash Binding of Isaac, but I haven't played the current version of it. So I think once all this content's out, I'll probably play through it. And then the bad news, and the bad good news. So, Guilty Gear Strive is being delayed. We have made a tough decision to move the release date of Guilty Gear Strive, previously planned for April 9th, a day after my birthday, to June 11th, 2021. Since we have received valuable feedback after the recent open beta test, we would like to make the most of this opportunity to provide the best game possible. We need extra time to polish some aspects of the game, such as the online lobbies and server stability. We believe it best to use the extra time to improve the game's quality and provide a better experience to all of our players. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Guilty Gear Strive development team. So, of course, it's sad that the game has been delayed, but I am really happy with the development cycle of Guilty Gear Strive. They've been really transparent with their fans, and the Guilty Gear Strive beta had a survey after it, and it seems like they are taking that survey to heart and addressing some things, mainly the online lobby people don't like. So I am absolutely happy that it's being delayed so that they can work on making it the best possible game it can be. And of course, it's a fighting game. They're meant to be supported for years. So even if things aren't perfect on initial launch, they'll be patched over time. You think about like Dragon Ball FighterZ is a completely different game than when it started, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. But I have faith, again, given the clear communication that they've given throughout the development cycle. So I'm interested to see how Strive will be when it comes out. I'm going to skip the I talked about the announcement already, but this is just the gameplay. I played like 15 minutes of Pyra Mythra. Fun character. Don't play Smash Ultimate that much. There were people asking questions about Skullgirls because Skullgirls is getting a new season pass. And so what happened was, I don't remember the person's position, but there was a person doing some very unethical things, and they were like the holder of like the Skullgirls team NIP, like the leader of it. So what happened was all of the people under that person left, formed their new team, which is Future Club. And so Future Club is now like, let me read this. As an FYI for any news people following the Skullgirls, Future Club is a newly formed game developing company birthed from the ex-employees of the game dev company that previously worked on Skullgirls. They're very ethical and working on being 100% employee owned. We are 100% employee owned. So I think it's great that the people under that person didn't miss a beat. They all left together, they all formed a team together, and they get to continue to work on Skullgirls, making new content for it. So that's great. I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna be checking out Skullgirls again. The new character's out, and there's like a season pass of content that's being announced for it. So Skullgirls second encore season pass 1 is available now on Steam. Any character DLC, updated digital art compendium, and updated Skullgirl soundtrack are also available separately. So new character, DLC character 2, 3, 4, all planned through 2021 and 2022. So that's cool. I like Skullgirls is a really fun fighting game, but it's also really difficult. But whether you're playing it casually with a friend or like learning the competitive side of it, it's a fun game, and it originally came out in 2012, so it's cool that they're still making new content for it this late. And finally, the last thing for the day. A new report claims Nintendo is getting ready to manufacture a Switch model with a 7-inch 720 OLED screen and the ability to output 4K graphics while docked, hopefully to go on sale before the holidays. So this, I think, is still rumors. Nintendo is allegedly set to reveal a new model of the Switch. I am not too interested in, like, allegedly or reportedly, not officially, but I will talk about my thoughts on this if this is true. The docked still doing 720 while having an OLED screen. It's a small enough screen where 720p looks really nice. OLED screens in particular, the PlayStation Vita that I have, not all models, but the PlayStation Vita originally released with an OLED panel. OLED typically makes the color palette a lot more vivid and a lot more detailed. I won't say detailed, but vivid and darker. Like, the blacks on OLED screens have darker blacks than a standard screen. So I think that's going to do wonders, making the limited processing power of handheld Switch even nicer. I assume games aren't going to be optimized. I'm curious about the docked 4K. I'm assuming most things are just going to be upscaled to 4K, which is fine. But I assume that the Switches themselves won't have that much different hardware in them. But I would love to see a upscaled 4K regardless, because right now we have up to 1080 for the Switch. Let me read the article and go from there. So Nintendo is allegedly set to reveal a new model of the Nintendo Switch with a bigger Samsung OLED display later this year that will be able to output 4K high def when docked. Nintendo is planning to unveil this new model in hopes that the larger touchscreen can prop up demand in time for the holidays. Samsung Display Company will start mass production of 7-inch 720 OLED panels as early as June 2021, with an initial monthly target of under 1 million units. These displays will be sent to assemblers in July. For reference, the current Switch model has a 6.2 720. This screen will look as if you extend this current Switch's screen and replace most of the black bezel around it. The OLED panel will consume less battery. That's really cool. More battery life is great. The new models that they released, it wasn't like a huge step, but they had new models that had better battery life already. So seeing OLED consume less is cool. Higher contrast, that's what I talked about with the darker darks. Possibly faster response time when compared to Switch's current liquid crystal display. Okay. Report also claims that Nintendo has decided to go with the rigid OLED panels for this new model. A cheaper but less flexible alternative to the type commonly used for high-end smartphones. So it's still OLED, it's just a slightly cheaper model. I'm assuming that it's still as good as the Vita. Maybe, I'm sure it'll be around the same quality as what was in the Vita, given that some years have passed. I think that's good. Okay. That is the gaming news for the day. I had a lot to do because I had to catch up on a lot. If you are in my Discord, feel free to post articles here. And like every Saturday is the plan. I'm going to look at them and talk about them. So yeah, so I thought with the announcement of Splatoon 3 that I would finish the campaign to Splatoon 2. I did Splatoon 1s and I really enjoyed it, but I never finished 2s. I was too busy with the multiplayer because it was pretty fun. I think I'd much prefer to do multiplayer matches still, but I don't have Nintendo Online right now. And again, I think it'd be cool to just finish the campaign. I don't remember where I was at before I stopped. But it has been a while. Can I skip all this? I don't think I can. It'd be nice if there was like some Spark Notes on it. Oh yeah, that's right. They rotate maps too. Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 released with so little content on release, and it was kind of a shame. And I hate how it cycles. There's a lot I really like about Splatoon, but there's a lot that they just don't do with it that would probably make it a better experience overall. Like, playing with friends is the biggest one for me, how hard it is to play with friends. Did it just update in the middle of the announcement? Okay, I don't have to sit through it twice. Yo, look at this gear. I didn't know I was geared up. What's in here? You got the Splatfest T replica. Yeah, I gotta see where I'm at with story mode. And then I have to remember how to play. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in my head right now. Take it slow. The other thing too was that they limited how you could play the new Salmon Run mode. That's what it's called. Salmon Run. Use Ammo Knight's Enhancifier. Okay, I see. I don't know what the fishies are, but I have 5. I guess it's better. No, I think I can only have one of these at a time. I want to fix the ink tank. There's a quick reset. I like using gyro controls for Splatoon. It's great. But sometimes it gets a little... Oh, I forgot. This is so cool. Like, so when you do single player, there's little like fish flakes or like toothpaste flakes in the goop. But that stuff is never in the multiplayer mode. I think that little bit of detail looks really nice. It, like, honestly makes me want to use this stuff as toothpaste. And I just might. What's up, Chris? Yeah, so I would use max... Oh, is there a time limit? I would use gyro for, like, my horizontal, and then use the stick for the... Or vertical, and then the stick for horizontal. Can I get up there? Ooh. Don't knock the orange toothpaste until you try it. I keep messing up the jump button. I think it comes in a couple different colors. Like, here's pink toothpaste. I think my goop stays, so I can just speed run it the second time. Yeah, I'll actually never forget the final moments of the final boss of the first Splatoon game. It was so fun. The boss fights are really good in this game. I get, like, Mario Galaxy vibes from it, from the whole game. Just because of how, like, the levels are separated from one another. Or, like, different sections are. Well, that's upsetting. So, how do I know when I've done a level already? Maybe I should just do them all again. Oh, I got another fishy. So this has a squid and a 2 next to it. Does that mean I've done the level? I think it means I've done that level. I don't remember how far I got in this. Let me talk to... Oh, hold on. Pretty sure I did this first world. That looks right. Okay, 1 to 2. Yes, this is the hub world. I just need to figure out how to get to a level that I haven't done yet. Because I don't remember how far I got. Okay, so this pot here is closed, right? That tells me this is... Need more zap fit. Okay, so I'm on the second world. I didn't get very far, did I? I like that there's, like, small things to do in the overworld. The balloon popping and finding different collectibles. Woo. I keep getting my, inverted controls. Or they're not inverted. Maybe I should swap them. A lot of people have been playing Xenoblade now that Pyra and Mithra are in the game. That's one thing I really like about Smash, is, like, it's also a celebration of games, so... I think back when Smash 4 was out, I didn't play Xenoblade Chronicles, but I watched the playthrough of the game. Oh, this looks brand new. Been playing since last December. It's a long game, isn't it? The only thing I know about it is the tutorials last like hours and hours into the game. The mini Zapfish, they're so adorable. Okay, so collect 8. I think all my gear is really low level too, so it's like really hard to Alright, I get to go against computers. This is probably for the best. Yeah, like my fire rate's poo-poo. Oh, and I do have a grenade. Personas is weird because it has... I don't know. Let me run defense for Persona. How can I do that? Persona 5's is actually really long. I think that... Yeah, like, Kamoshida's castle in its entirety is like the first tutorial. Once you're done with the castle, then the game kind of stops giving you tutorials. I don't remember Persona 4s or 3s being too bad, but I don't think 4s is bad. I actually kind of played through it. Yeah, no, I won't run defense for them. They're bad. Persona 3s, I don't remember being bad. They're worth it. So maybe Xenoblades is worth it too. That's probably it. Persona 4's was long. Yeah. I'm trying to think of when 4's actually officially ends though. Oh, that sucks. They shot the sponge and the sponge shrunk. Did you ever finish Persona 4, Chris? You got really far in it. I remember that. I gotta learn to use the ink a little bit more. I used to be really good at Splatoon. Though I didn't play it long enough to, like, actually get somewhere in ranked. Because the matchmaking and playing with friends just didn't work. So I gave up. If Splatoon had lobbies like, I don't know, Call of Duty did 10 years ago, then I would probably play Splatoon more. So that I could just queue up into games with my friends. Stream idea, Xenoblade 1? Which one's Xenoblade? Is that the Wii U one? Or is that Chronicles? They had Xenoblade Chronicles, which was Shulk. Unless it was the Wii U one. Xenoblade 1. So Xenoblade 1 is Shulk. What's the full title of that one? If you want me to play it, then we gotta figure this out right now, because I don't know anything. Okay, so Xenoblade Chronicles is Shulk, Xenoblade Chronicles X is the Wii U, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the Switch one. I think that's it. Right, okay. I don't want to play Xenoblade 2, because I don't think that... I don't know. I don't have anything constructive to say, so I'm like trying to think through it real carefully. I don't like the art style to 2, like, for sure. I like Xenoblade Chronicles art direction better than 2's. Alright, let me do this. Oh yeah, they ported it, so it was on the Wii, then they ported it to the 3DS, and then they remade it for the Switch. That's the one that I watched a playthrough of back in the Smash 4 days. Oh, I've got a special I could use. Those look so tasty. I want that. Okay. Well, I feel better now that I've got virtual onion rings. Can I break that? No. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for streaming. I haven't decided yet. I've been playing SMT4 Apocalypse on my own time. The other reason I've been kind of slacking on what to, like, the next playthrough is because I want to do YouTube videos for them now. And some of them are taking longer. Like, the Lost Odyssey one took me a very long time, but I'm proud of it. And it was actually, like, one of my most viewed videos. We're starting small. It was almost 100 views, which is good for me. And then I did Cadence of Hyrule. I finished the script, I just have to make the video. And then I have Sunset Overdrive and Recore, and then I'll probably start my next game, like, next weekend, but I just haven't decided what it is yet. About 47 hours in and I'm almost done, but I've been doing side quests. That's for the first game. Yeah, SMT I'm playing on the hardest difficulty and 2 more to go. And I got stuck at the first boss, or I'm at my first boss that I'm having trouble with. And it's like 40 hours in, so I've been coasting through that game on hard. Alright, where's the last guy? Ooh, more onion rings. Is there a way to tell where the last sapfish is? I was thinking there was a map button, but maybe not in single player. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get me out of here. Maybe he's up here? My weapon sucks. Okay, I'm actually... Okay, there's one. See the last one? Yes. Okay. That only took me 7 minutes. I think I definitely have to buff up my equipment. Alright, where's the next... I think there's one over there. How do I get up there? There's a lot of games that I want to replay too. Like I was thinking about... Oh, I want to do Breath of the Wild eventually. But that'd be a tough game to do a video on afterwards. And it's a long playthrough, so I feel like I should if I'm going to. Can I get over there? Ooh. Nope. What else has been going on? I missed streaming the last few weeks just because of life. Looking forward to getting to replay Phantom Brave. Is that what you linked in Discord? You linked 2 games that I actually haven't heard of. So I didn't really comment. Soul Nomad and Phantom Brave. Tell me about those, because I never heard of them. I know I've said it before, but you always have the deep cuts when it comes to JRPGs. And I like it. I just need to actually play some of them. Made by the people who made Disgaea. Okay. I still want to play Lunar 1 and 2. There was a Smash player, None, who actually said he played through both of them and enjoyed them. I want to play something old. Can I can't paint that wall. Why is this so difficult to climb up? There we go. Oh. There we almost were. I don't know what... Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of stuck figuring out what I want to play. A lot of options. So it's a tactical RPG, but it's like open. It's not tied to a grid. That's cool. Take this with you. These are the hottest weapons in the game right now, the hero dualies. Press B while shooting and moving in any direction. Okay, these are cool. I also missed hearing Splatoon music. That's so sick. I just want to talk about how cool this animation is. We're gonna go back so that I can show it off again. Gonna go all the way back. Look at this. It's so sick. Where does that go? Alright, now for some real action. Okay, I can't go up there. That's how I get over. Is there something down here? It looks like there would be. Splatoon's pretty good at hiding some secrets, so I'm trying to keep my eyes peeled. I think I should have inverted the aiming controls right away. I think I'm gonna suck it up and get used to them now. Whoa. Let's check every corner. Whoa! Ooh, I almost missed the important jump though. Alright, this way. I missed the onion ring. You know what I need to play? I need to play, Ring Fit Adventure. I'm dying to play Ring Fit Adventure. I just don't have space to play it right now. Ah, I can't wait to play Ring Fit Adventure. That game was made for me. Turn-based JRPG that makes you work out. Sounds so fun. Woo. Wait, what? Is there anything over here? That's the way back. Actually, is it? One thing I actually like about Xenoblade 1 is it actually incorporates Shulk's future seeing. Yeah, it's a gameplay mechanic, isn't it? I like when they, I agree, I like when they take story elements and make them into, like, gameplay elements. Like, I finished playing Lost Odyssey, and the immortal characters will actually respawn after a few turns when they fainted. And then other characters will just stay dead. I think that was, like, a funny little nod. What's the future seeing? Is just a counter? Soul Nomad is also a tactics game, but each unit is a squad. You mix squad formations with different kinds of units to get the most out of the formation and try to minimize their weakness. Interesting. I think I'll have to look up gameplay of that. Trying not to get intimidated by your game recommendations, because like I said, they're all deep cuts I haven't heard of. I'm trying to catch up to my backlog while, like, still learning about new stuff. Ooh, okay, alright. Mm-hmm. Can I climb up here? I cannot. How am I gonna get up there? This way. It seems like Future Sight might be something that at least, like, keeps you engaged, though. Ooh, I want that. Oh, there's the end of the level. I love, like I complimented the grinding before, but I like the grinding mixed with the Splatoon ink. The ink animates really well whenever you do anything in this game. Not in boss fights when it pops up and stops the fight every minute. Well, I feel like... So, like, the other thing that I have that I don't like about Xenoblade is it looks like a single-player MMO, the way that the combat is. So, to me, like, boss fights are probably just, health sponges. Do like, moment-to-moment gameplay matter in that game, or is it just, like, a rinse-repeat, like, boss sponge? Do I get to keep it? I'm gonna use that instead. Alright, where to? Is there any corner I haven't seen? Ooh. This game has really satisfying sound design. That, like, kerplunk was... did it for me. This I can... Yep. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Doesn't matter since you need to set up combos with your party to get the most out of your skills. And you have to move around the enemy to do most damage with your skills. It looks like an MMO, but like I'm playing by myself instead. I don't like MMO gameplay that much. And like having to play it by myself makes me feel less good about wanting to play it. Maybe I need to go up there. Ooh, I almost fell off. I totally get the moving around, because like the monk class in Final Fantasy XIV is that way. You maximize your damage by moving around the enemy. But it's still very like surface level interaction for what I want. Not here for the gameplay, here for the story. That's fair. That's why I like my turn-based JRPGs. Like, the only way to really make them stand out from one another... I forgot about the roll. Like, over time, we've gotten a lot of cool JRPGs that, like... that have really cool ideas for gameplay. But, putting it really simply, the reason you come back to that genre is for the story. So I get that. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. All JRPGs feel exactly the same. That's fair to say. I don't judge you for it. I agree to an extent. The story is absolutely like the more important aspect when making a JRPG feel unique. Oh, this looks sick. I already like this music too. Look at that fish bazooka. Splatoon has such a cool vibe to it. I love like the pop star. Whoa. I like the pop star like influence that the game has. Oh, that's really far down. Woo. I do not have the Octo expansion now. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I've heard it's really good, but I'm not interested at the moment. I'm not surprised Japan has, like, Splatoon concerts. Because whoever does the music does a really good job. Oh, man. Alright, we jump. Shoot. Yeah. super good, but not worth the base price. Is it? It's $20, right? Oh, you move really slow. Which way are we going? Yeah, I would take a look at it if it was on sale, but I'm more interested in Splatoon's multiplayer than I am the single player. I just think this is something I want to experience once because I know I enjoyed the first game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too far, too far. Ooh. This sucks, this sucks. Okay, we're good. Can I grab that in time? I can. And then we're out. Yeah, I don't think the Octo expansion added anything to the multiplayer aside from being able to change your character's appearance. Which is probably the best way to go about it. The sun is in my eyes. Whew! A key. I think that's a key anyway. Yeah, didn't they have a different composer? The Bravely Default original composer I really liked. But I think that the sequels have a different composer. I'm glad to hear it's still good though. There's a pre-boss theme that can flow into the boss theme. Yeah, I love that dynamic, like, transition in Octopath. Oh, the person who did it for the first game does doing... Oh, I want to hear the soundtrack then. The composer of Bravely Default, the original, is really good. Can't get into online because there's basically no skill matchmaking system. This is for Splatoon? Yeah, that one thing I want from Splatoon is like better online everything. Splatoon's one of my favorite Nintendo IPs now, but they could do so many things better. And that's what's stopping me from actually playing this game a whole lot. How do I get above? Oh, of course. Like I do every other time. Let's go this way. Looking good. Oh, I don't like that. Why is it pulling the missile closer? This level's gonna make me want to vom. I can check on eBay the price of Bravely Default. I'm sure you can get it digitally if you do have a hard time. Let's check. I have a copy because I played it when it came out. I never beat it, so I'd like to revisit it. I see $65, $65. Japanese import. I'm just looking for buy it nows on eBay. Both games 110. $60. It seems like you can find it for around 60. Which is a little steep. But I see bundles with both games. It depends what you're looking for. I see $70. I see both games for $100. So, yeah. I saw Bravely Second for $40 on Amazon. Yeah, and again, I'm pretty sure Bravely Default is available digitally. Because I want to make everybody play SMT4. Ooh, boss time. I want everybody to play SMT4, but that has jumped up in price. It is insanely expensive now, but it's also available digitally. Do it, let's go. Right, I guess we're using the roller. You could emulate, but you could support the creators too, even though it's secondhand. Everybody's got a different priorities. I know SMT4's emulation kind of messes up the particle effects. So if you want the true best SMT4 experience, then you have to download the official hardware. Splats with honor. Woo! Alright, we're moving. Has anyone told me that I look like Danny Gonzalez? They have not. Oh, maybe I should keep my eyes on the Samurai Warrior. I don't know how to use the roller that well. I think I gotta wait for him to, like, charge forward. Okay, move, move, move. I don't know how I feel about being told... Ooh. I don't know how I feel about being told that an attack's coming. Okay, he's revving up. I think maybe I should just keep the camera facing the boss. That'll probably be very helpful. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing a whole lot of damage this way. Maybe I should stick to this. I forgot about jumping and using it too. Thank you. It's been a while since I played Splatoon, so I'm really rusty. That's probably the right call, is jumping. Okay, we're moving. Alright, he's almost covered in toothpaste. There we go. What is that in? His weapon? Yeah, he is inside of his weapon. Oh! Don't come any closer. I love his design. I love the unicycle. It's so tiny. Okay, we're moving. I want to make sure I have enough ink when he revs up. Oh, that was it? I was expecting a little more. Okay, we're gravy. The spin attack doesn't even do anything for him. Ooh. Here we go. Yeah, didn't Microsoft bought Bethesda, which I don't know, man. Bethesda hasn't been great lately. But that's cool. I'm a pioneer, aren't I? Bombs seemed like a smart idea. It's getting close is scary. I saw that Doom 1, 2, and maybe 3 were on there. Oh, he's moving. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I think that hit. I love the acapella track. He's not always very... Okay. I was about to talk about how slow he was, but this is not the right time for that. Oh, he's got a chair too. I think grenades do make this very easy. Oh. It's not fair. It's not fair. Alright, if this is like any boss in any video game, it's 3 hits and we're done. Great. Because I actually admire games that don't do the 3-hit and you're dead rule. Because I come to expect it so much. And here I am expecting. And here I am being delivered. I like the uncertainty. I like when there's not like a strict format, like 3 hits and he's dead. Got hit with the... going through a tunnel. Poor guy. So that means I'm on to World 3. I really didn't get very far. I wasn't... So, like, the first thing I looked up was how I start the story mode over again. Because I thought I wanted to start from the beginning. But there's no way to do that, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, you have to start a new multiplayer character, too. Seeker's Depot. But it's nice to know that I didn't get too far. Oh, don't leave without me. You know what? I want the dualies. Where does that get me? I think I went over there. No, I can't go that way. Maybe I do need the charger for that. Maybe I should have gone to upgrade my equipment first. Can I fast travel there? Nice, that's awesome. Talk about good game design. I just want the most... Ooh, can I only upgrade the hero shot? Oh, other weapons. Increase your fire rate, watch your ink consumption. I want to use the standard. However, the fire rate's really poo-poo. But I don't know how upgrading it's gonna... I think late game, it's probably good that I upgrade it. And then I'll swap to it. Okay, that's much better. Alright. Menu. Sector 3. I think I went to the wrong place. I did. Do I have to walk myself back? Alright, I think I have to walk myself back. Where was the first teleport? There it is. I think it takes the same track and adds a layer every world too. I was gonna say, I haven't seen a lot of the multiplayer maps. So I know a lot of the old ones are gonna be the ones used in the campaign, because I don't think they update the campaign at all. But I do recognize the skate park. I'm glad this upgrade was worth it. I like that the Splatoon 2 campaign allows you to use a lot of different weapons. Because the first one I remember you could only use the splatter shot. Unless you got the amiibos. And then even then, some of the levels weren't designed for you to be able to use all of them. I remember it was like really tough using the roller for some of those missions. Back when I had amiibos. I kept my Metroid Samus Returns amiibos. And I think I kept my Lucas and Ness ones. But they're packed away right now, so I don't actually know where they are. Where are you? Okay. That was close. I think I got a different special now, too. Oh, you know what? I pick them up. Pretty sure I pick them up. That's what that... There's a lot I gotta re-remember about this game. So I picked this up, and now I have access to it. Except it's locked this time. That's the day one. I can't believe the computers are doing the day one. You just teleport into danger. Even I know not to do that. Okay, but that didn't give me a super. Ooh. Alright, 4 more. Oh, they can attack while on their way down. That's scary, actually. I thought you were vulnerable, like, until a second after you hit the ground. I'd be pissed. I guess I could, like, always get to a safe distance and react to it. Maybe one left. I see him right there. Ooh. Just 5 more. Okay, so each area is pretty small. Whoops. That put me all the way back to the beginning. I think there was... Yeah. I need to go back up there so I can go through that rail. Could really use some more data. Okay, so that's the one I just upgraded. I will take it. Hold B while landing on a bounce pad. Oh, you've got a shield. I recall having to throw grenades behind them. I love the design of the octolings. How am I gonna do this? There we go. Like all my ink. Can I walk on that? Oh, almost. Whoops. Let me try getting over here first. Okay, there's no point in doing that. Does that help? Even though I already have armor? Looks like I got more. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, I'm stuck. Wait, I'm still alive. Why did it stop? Ooh. Come on. I can't believe I made it out of that alive. Oh, hold on, hold on. I'm so good at Splatoon. That felt so bad to miss every onion ring. Alright, thread the needle. Okay. Ooh, I'm hurting. Ooh. Okay, how do I react to that? I guess I can hide. Maybe? Is he still there? Sniper's just gone now. I don't think I killed him. Oh, wait. Is that him? I think I see what I'm supposed to do now. Ooh. That was scary. Am I getting good at this? Can I reach that? Okay. I had to leap of faith it. Okay, so this is where I need to go when I'm finished. How do I get back? Okay. Problem solved. I didn't notice that there earlier. Oh, she meant something by that. Okay, there's the next platform. I like this level already. Oh, I've never messed with the bucket. Say hello to the simple weapon with a fantastic profit margin. As long as it's good for the bottom dollar. Yeah, I love this. This game looks so nice. What is that? Oh, wait. Are those lava lamps? Those are lava lamps. I love the aesthetic here. Wait a second. Maybe this bucket's good. Woo! What? I'm supposed to look the other way. There we go. Do you mind? Oh my god. Oh, they saw me. Fuck, it's not too bad. I forgot about their, they can definitely shrink that. No. Oh yeah, I can sneak up on them too. Forgot I don't always have to throw a grenade. Okay, I thought it was gonna turn around. I was about to be pissed. Ah! No! It's not fair! Oh, you can get on top of them? Oh, I need to get on top of it, actually. I think. But not from that side. No, I don't have to. I feel like there's a secret that you can only get to while getting on top of those. Okay, no, he's a platform right now. It was very smart of them not to have the propellers do a lot of damage. Please don't pay attention to me. Please pay attention to the grenade. Here's my way out. I think that's just currency. Yeah, it is. Some of them give me abilities. Let me out. Three more levels, I believe. Okay, but back to the basic. Alright, so I came... This is where I need to go next. Okay. I think as long as I don't fall down, I can find each next level relatively easily. Alright, I'll use the charger. Can I shoot that from down here? Big brain. I definitely want that. Who in Splatoon Town has a license? Whoa. Let me out! Oh, it doesn't just pierce? Okay. Can I outsnipe the sniper? Probably not. Am I gonna try? I have to. Ooh! I feel like he's too far away on purpose. I gotta be a little bit more careful here. Oh, that's not good. I don't care about that. I'm out of here. Ooh, secret. Gotcha. I like how well the charger works too, as far as like having the ink slide down something. Can't say I knew. Yeah, all it takes is one shot and it drips to the right spot. Any more bridges around here? I don't think I can grab that. Maybe. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. They're everywhere. I feel a lot better than when I first started playing today. Stay still. I'm not sure where I'm going. I'll take my fish though. Where does the key go? Down here? Yeah, I played a decent amount of the first Splatoon. I was able to do the story mode, and I played a bit of the multiplayer. I think I spent more time playing Splatoon 2's multiplayer, just because, like, more of my friends had a Switch than they had a Wii U. But I never got a chance to finish Splatoon 2 single player, so that's what I'm trying to start now. Because I really enjoyed Splatoon 1's campaign. Wait, so that sent me back here. Does that mean I missed something? Question mark? I would like to play the Octo expansion one day, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it. It looks like a good product for sure. I just don't play a lot of Splatoon. I just scratch the surface of it. The reason I'm coming back to this now is I figured I would do the Splatoon 2 campaign before Splatoon 3 came out, because I definitely want to play through that. I don't think the Octo expansion's ever gone on sale, has it? I know Nintendo doesn't usually put things on sale. I want to go over there. That's something I didn't do. There's a level over there. Yeah, that's the thing, is if I'm gonna do it, it'll have to be full price, but that's kinda less of an issue. I got a huge backlog of games, but I didn't know what to play in the meantime today. Ooh, there's another level. Ooh. Alright, so I know where the last two are. It's this one and the one over there. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. I'm happy it's good. But I like Splatoon more for the multiplayer than I do the single player, and as far as I know, the Octo expansion only lets you customize your character differently in multiplayer. So it's not really what I want from Splatoon. Though, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that all the multiplayer stuff is free content updates. Like, that's awesome. But I want a one and done for Splatoon campaigns. I have fun with them, but I don't ever replay them. And that guy was moving. They've made some of the aspects of Splatoon 2's multiplayer better, but there's still more I want from it. Like, it's so hard to play with your friends on the same team. Isn't it where one person has to join, and then your friends have to join off of your game in order to play together. And if it's full, then they have to wait until somebody leaves. And even when they join, you might not play on the same team. Like, that is so backwards in 2021 to have to, like, sit through and figure out. You could always do custom games, but I don't have a big group of friends that would play Splatoon with me. So, needless to say, there's still things that I want that I expect from Splatoon's matchmaking that I just don't get. Another key. Probably up here. Man, I wish I had a little bit more range. It's a great product, though. Like, I talk about all the time how Splatoon's one of the best new IPs to come from Nintendo. But it's not perfect. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. That's my key. Can I don't think I can sneak up on him. Maybe I can cut him off. Maybe he gets a taste of his own bombs. Oh, do I have to KO him? They probably got the key again. That's the problem. Ah. Ooh. Okay, I didn't miss my chance. I thought I did. I didn't figure out what I was doing. Final checkpoint. I like the presentation of, like, the music and the checkpoint, too. It feels good to get to the final checkpoint. Alright, is this a good idea, or is this a really bad idea? Just get in the middle of everything. Oh my god. I wish I had a different weapon. Is that about? No. They're out of there. These enemies are so silly. No! I didn't know they could go down that way. These guys give me some serious anxiety. Oh, wait, there's probably something up here that'll help me with them. Oh my god. It's that easy. Oh wait, that didn't get him. Come on. I hate this so much. No, they're getting away. This sucks. Do I need to get the rest of them? Or I just needed the one with the key? Okay, so I know where the last one is, just not how to get to it. Can I can't ink that wall. Oh, almost. Maybe I can keep doing that. Unless there's like a higher up trail. I don't see anything. How do I get over there? I was thinking this would give me more momentum. Oh. Okay. I almost messed that up. Ooh. What a weird gun. Okay. Oh, you can charge this thing up for a long time. Oh, let me sneak around you. I hate this already. Oh, it's not worth it. Where's the target for these? This gun feels really weird to use. Can't imagine using it in multiplayer. Oh, that didn't move those. Wait, don't leave me. Alright, I need that. Can't leave without that. I might have to leave without that. I don't know how to get up there. Okay, I'm glad I didn't go there too soon. Okay, there we go. I didn't see that. Don't mind me. Please don't go this way. Okay. Okay, easy. That's not enough. Okay, it's enough. I didn't think that was enough to get me up. I'm good? Man, I'm so good. Doesn't... Okay, I was gonna say that doesn't, like, come get me, does it? I don't know where to go, I don't know where to go. Wow. I can't believe I made it. Where am I going now? I think, yeah, okay, that's pointing there. I see. That is a weird gun to use. Alright, that should open up the boss. So I think Sheldon's gonna make me use a particular gun on the boss. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Load times aren't too bad. I'm telling you, the presentation's so nice. Like, when you hover over a level, it'll echo that level's music. It's so cool. Did I make a wrong decision? I did. I was hoping I could, like, skip part of that. Like this. There we go. You don't move at all once you, like, leave the ground. Gotta use the dualies. Have I seen this boss? The eyes get me every time. They've got that blank stare. Truly, truly a classic. Oh! Oh, wait, wait, wait. This is gonna test how much I remember. Isn't this the Splatoon 1 boss? Isn't that what they just got finished saying? Because then some of the platforms become uninkable. Oh man. He brought a sweet new coat. Oh, hold on. Alright, coat's down. It's even a little, kind of like a little remix to it since I've got a new weapon. You know, nothing I can't handle. Ooh. Oh, that is so tough to dodge. Oh wait. Okay. I thought I fell off. Am I safe down here? Nice. This range is not doing me any favors. Oh, oh, almost. I was gonna say, like, nice, I can just sidestep it. Dodge backwards. Ooh. I just kept going. I thought I'd stop, but I just kept going. Right, so, like, dodge, dodge. Yeah, there we go. Kind of. This is very strict unless there's something I'm missing here. I think that timing was just really strict. Alright, 3 times and he's dead. Unless he's learned to take more damage. Nope. That looks done to me. What's up, Scarecrow? How's it going? How was your stream? I didn't know they were related. I'm doing good. I missed like 2 weeks of streaming, so I caught up to the caught up on the gaming news, and I didn't know what game to start because I'm trying to like buffer a little bit until I start the next full playthrough. And since Splatoon 3 was announced, I figured it was a good time to return to 2 and finish the campaign. Thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more like it, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/RyanBeardy. Follow me on Twitter at RyanBeardy, and I have a Discord with the link below.